So, we have a problem. There's these guys from Indiana, super nice guys, lots of fun to hang out with. They're known as the 5-Blade Mafia. They have a truck that as of this last weekend went faster than this one. And that's the first time in a few years that there's been a faster truck than this one. And we can't have that. So we're gonna do everything in our power to remedy that situation in a few weeks in Florida. So we're getting busy doing some stuff, working on a bed cover currently, building a frame here to support the bed cover. Pretty much the plan is here to make a permanent top structure, make so that the bed sides come off really easy so that we can access stuff if we need to get to the forelink. And then here in the back, from here on back, this panel will be hinged along with the, it's gonna have a little wing on the back. That'll be hinged so that we can just flip it up when we need to service the nitrous bottles and that kind of stuff. So that's our project for this weekend. Then it's also getting some new tires and maybe a few other classified things, not sure. So trying to get this buggy to go faster than a 482. So should be a lot of fun in Florida, and we'll see what happens. So kind of the thought behind the whole bed cover is we have a 4,400 pound minimum in this class, and as you can see, we have a good bit of ballast on the truck in the back here. I think, I don't know, it's quite a bit. So we have some wiggle room. 180 pounds. We're going to take some of that ballast out and replace it with the bed cover, and then the bed cover and the wing, or depending on it, to give us a good bit more, well, should make it more aerodynamic, and then it should also give us more downforce on the big end. So we've been having a good bit of issue with keeping the tires stuck after we apply lockup and on the big end. So hopefully that will help with that, along with the new set of tires will hopefully help us get better traction.
We have Robert Foster's 2003 automatic truck here today. He drove all the way from Maryland to get a dyno tune. The truck is mostly stock. He has a 362 turbo and an AirDog 165. Came in, he has a Smarty TNTR on it on level 7, and he wanted to see what kind of power it made on that. So we ran it on that and made 404 horsepower and just over 600 foot-pounds of torque, with it defueling at 3,700 RPM. So that gave us a baseline of what he came in on, and then we flashed one of our Hptuner tunes into it, just a single max effort tune, and ended up making 566 horsepower and 957 foot-pounds of torque. So really good numbers for just having a turbo and an AirDog on the truck. Hopefully he is happy with the newfound power, but I will get him off the dyno and send him on his way.
Alright, today we got the S10 back out of the trailer. The main project is replacing the windshield. So the main reasons we want to do that is because the one that we had in it was pretty dark tinted. When you go racing after dark, sometimes it gets pretty dark up at the top end of the track. Larson felt pretty lost sometimes, especially coming back some return roads and stuff. And then also on the bottom of the windshield, it was almost too short. And when we go to put the hood on, it would want to catch up on the bottom side of the windshield. So I'm going to make that a little bit longer. Like if you see there's the scallops, and here on the new one, I just extended it down a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit lower so that we can put the clip on and off a little bit easier. So just got this thing marked out, started cutting on it. So I'm just working on cutting the outside right now. And then after that, I have to put it in the brake and put a little bit of a bend. If you look right here on this corner here, there's a little bit of a bend on each side. So we'll bend that over in the brake a little bit, and then after that, just get all these edges painted in so that you don't see all of the framework up underneath the windshield. Just gives it a nice clean look. So got to get this thing cut out and get it painted up, and then this gets held in with pan head screws. So all of the holes need drilled and then countersunk, and then they get lock nuts and screws. The main reason you do that is so that you don't get too much tension on the Lexan. If you use something like rivets or something, that puts too much squeeze on it, you end up getting quite a bit of cracking. Can show you here on the door, I did some stuff that I shouldn't have. Yeah, this door. If you look, these screws here got done too tight, so they're starting to crack out. You see cracks coming out from it. And then when I put these vents in, I was an idiot and I used rivets. About every rivet has a crack starting to come off of it. There's a pretty big crack right there. So things to not do: don't use rivets. Use panhead bolts with a nice recess, and don't over tighten your fastener. This new windshield that I'm putting in is considered a 50 states legal tint, so I believe it's like a 50% tint, just a really light tint, and this would be NHRA legal. So NHRA does want your front glass and your driver's glasses to be non-tinted so that the starter can take a peek in and make sure that the driver has all of his safety equipment as he needs it before he goes down track.